Yo, what's going on? It's your boy C.Blood. C.Blood too cool, man. I wanted to make a quick video, man, really regarding Christianity in our time, man. And I really wanted to set some stuff straight because I feel like y'all boys really just running out. And I honestly believe my generation, we're one of the most coolest, flyest, well-dressed generations on the planet. We about our money, we about our coins, we about securing the bag. But at the end of the day, I think that we are truly the most emptiest generation that's ever been out here. A lot of us are confused. A lot of us don't know what's going on. A lot of us are very, 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 very gullible. I think I live in the most gullible generation that's possibly ever been on the planet. Because the truth is, we don't understand how to verify truth in anything. And because we have so much access to so much information, we actually take everything as truth, especially when it comes to the gospel. A lot of you who are going to watch this joint, people are going to try to jump on this joint, on this video, and debate everything I'm saying based off of knowledge that they gained from man.
Did he just imply he doesn't want educated individuals commenting on his video?
The truth about God is that if every Bible on the planet was burned, God would still speak, God would still be God. And understanding this, y'all don't actually believe that because you don't see God as a being. You believe in a concept of God, but you don't actually believe that God is actually true, that he's actually watching me while I'm sitting on this porch making this video, and he's actually watching you while you're watching it. You don't believe in God to that degree. You believe that God equals knowledge. You believe that knowledge equals truth. And that is why most of my generation is so fooled, because everything that they hear, every piece of knowledge that they hear is truth to them.
Interesting he generalizes Generation Z and Y into his asserted view without any evidence backing his claims. Personally, I don't take any bit of information, especially something as large and important as the topic he's on about, for granted, without researching further against proof and evidence. I don't feel there is a need for belief when you have facts.
And most of the time, if you're a Christian, you know how they do is they say, you believe that because your grandma, because your mama taught you, because your daddy taught you. You believe that because the pastor preached it. You believe that because it said it in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? And the Bible's not true. Well, who the freak told you that?
No one. Simply examine the lack of evidence supporting its magical claims, along with unicorns, mermaids, and fairies.
You know what I'm saying? Like, who in the world manipulated your mind to the point where you don't take this context of biblical and ancient historical facts of people who encountered a God-man, multiple encounters of a God-man, and wrote it down for the historical benefit?
Interesting he talks about what human told you the Bible isn't true, then turns around and says, in a nutshell, people eyewitnessed a God-man and wrote it down. By his own logic, he refutes himself there. If a human's word is good enough to take and make that sort of claim, then the word of a human is good enough to dismiss it. Simple.
You got people out here like Umar, you got people out here like Banner, you know what I'm saying? Why would God create the devil? Why in the world would the black man follow the white man's religion? First of all, the Bible doesn't even support slavery. And even where it looks like it supports slavery, it's pretty much just God giving knowledge on how to keep these people from being killed.
I take it he means Deuteronomy 15:12. With an all-powerful, all-knowing, magical being, slavery wouldn't have to exist for that to happen. The fact that there are guidelines on how to be a proper slave owner is condoning, thus endorsed in the Bible. Can't say it's an issue of free will either, given it was perfectly fine to tamper with that, via the hardening of Pharaoh's heart, for example. I guess it's only allowed, though, when it's convenient.
So now you got cats falling away from the faith, but then you got us over here where we getting saved, people speaking in tongues, people getting healed. You know what I'm saying? I got homeboys who've been saved because angels have walked in their room. I have homeboys who've been saved because demonic exorcism through the name of Jesus Christ.
I always find that interesting that only theists and the mentally ill have claimed to be possessed.
And really, you're the most closed-minded individual when it comes to the faith of Christianity. So I just want to encourage those who are in the faith. First off, understand that people love debate over decision. I got that from Dr. Marlene. In the comment section of this joint right here, people are going to debate because they have no faith. People they don't want to connect to anything.
As far as why atheists will debate you in the comments, It's not because we want to be, quote, big bosses. It's for a number of reasons, which may vary from person to person. But some of the most common I find are because we hold a close value in reality, and it's saddening to see adults believe so strongly in what we deem as fairy tales.
And when it comes to Christianity, they really want to reject it because of the standard of holiness that God is calling us to.
Because religion is pushed onto us in our faces, in our daily lives, from the smallest things like religious paraphernalia quotes on money, to banning two consenting adults' marriage, to murder and all sorts of horrible things that happen every day. Which is not okay, because it's a good mental exercise and an interesting topic. So those are just a couple of reasons, but again, there are many. And it really does vary from person to person, because the only thing that we hold in commonplace amongst all atheists is our disbelief in your claim. Nothing more.
And it's not the fact that he's just calling us to it just because he just want to be, big boss and tell you not to do stuff. They don't understand the wisdom that comes with God. They don't understand the wisdom that comes in the Word of God. So, of course, we out here listening to the most stupid music on the radio stations, but the Bible tells me, instead of me going ahead and beating this thought, hitting it and hitting the homegirls, not marrying her, doing all this stuff, it tells me, honor your wife as Christ loved the church. It's telling me that, hey, I need to have integrity. It says I need to have loyalty, that I need to treat people with respect and treat her as she's myself. But see, y'all don't want to hear that, but that's what you want. But that's not what you support. Because the Bible is some big evil magic book that, is just so evil.
Yes. Yes, it is. Supporting such things as misogyny, bigotry, slavery, and murder. Also genocide. Some of these topics I touched down on my previous video if you want to check that out.
We can get into it deep if y'all want to. We can talk about predestination and free will. We can talk about Adam and Eve. We can talk about the ancient texts of the Bible. We can talk about King James and his interpretation. We can talk about all that stuff, but it ain't going to deter our faith just because we don't understand at first. And that's the problem. Y'all like sitting in a classroom and you got an equation and you don't understand it and your homeboy doesn't understand it. So you ask your homeboy to answer. He says, I don't know. And so because he agrees and he has a misunderstanding just like you believe that there is no answer.
You couldn't be more wrong. I'm going to give you one of my favorite quotes here. There's no such thing as the unknown. Only things temporarily hidden. Captain Kirk.
Instead of you going to the teacher and asking him for understanding and revelation to teach me the answer on a spiritual concept. So because knowledge is your God and history is your God, you are so lost. You actually think that because of our ancestry that, the Bible is not true. You actually think the Bible doesn't root in Africa. I don't know who told y'all that. You got the Church of Ethiopia and the first century church, the second century church. You got all this stuff, all this knowledge that you don't ever see because all you go by is Facebook memes and YouTube videos.
As for the tidbit on African churches, note the oldest known religion on earth is Hinduism. It predates the Abrahamic religions by a long shot. So why do you not view that one as truth?
So you got a lot of people out here now who are falling away from Christianity based on ancestry, based on history, based on YouTube videos, based on Google articles, and they have nothing to do with God. These people don't even know God.
Bit ironic coming from someone preaching via social media, i.e. the Facebook platform. Is it not a bit hypocritical of a statement coming from someone clearly trying to indoctrinate people into seeing your version of the truth via social media? The very thing you just talked down?
And at the end of the day, man, God knows what he's doing. God knew what he's been doing. And the faith of Christianity, y'all can say what y'all want about the joint, but I understand why we attack the most. I understand why nobody bumps their toe and say, Buddha. I understand why everybody wants to halfway rock with God. Everybody wants to say something against us. We understand why we're the most hated. There's a reason for that. There's a reason for that. So, hey, shout out to all the people in the comment section. Shout out to all the disbelievers who going to drop all these little memes and quotes and, article links and all that. Bump all that. For those people, listen, if you watching this joint, you really rock with what I'm saying, bump all that.
You're seriously sitting there telling everyone that you and your followers should just blatantly ignore others? How open-minded of you To me, that simply implies you lack the ability to put up a proper debate, or just fear losing in one. What a pity. I do love civil debate on such topics, and you deny your viewers that. And at the end of the video, no less, having known that people already reached the end of it. Well, that's about all I'm going to cover with this guy. He contradicted himself more than enough already. I just pointed out some of the flaws that stuck out the most to me. If you like this video, be sure to hit the like button or leave me any constructive or positive feedback. Either one will both help my channel grow so I can do better in the future. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you did like the video, and peace out.